श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। श्वेतकेतुर्हारुणेय आसा तं पितोवाच श्वेतकेतो वस ब्रह्मचर्यं न वै सौम्य अस्मत्कुलीनो अननोच्य ब्रह्मबन्धुरिव भवतीति। सः 12 वर्षमुपेत्य 24 वर्षः सर्वान् वेदान् अधीत्य महामना अनुचानमानी स्तब्ध येयाय तं पितोवाच श्वेतकेतो यन्नु सौम्येदं महामना अनुचानमानी स्तब्धोऽसि उत तमादेशमप्राक्ष्यः येन अश्रुतं श्रुतं भवति अमतं मतम् अविज्ञातं विज्ञातम् इति। कथं नु भगवः स आदेशो भवतीति। So we saw in the beginning yesterday introduction. Swetaketu was the son of Uddalaka. He was there with father and 12 years he attained. So he is not yet studied anything. So Swetaketu was asked by father, "O Swetaketu, go and study Vedas. Vasa Brahmacharya. Observe celibacy, go to Gurukula, because nobody in our family remained without Vedic studies." So ananuchya brahmabandhuryote iti. Nobody remained without studying Vedas and became Brahmabandhu, meaning not Brahmana but Brahmana Bandhu. Everybody was a Brahmana, nobody Brahmana Bandhu in our family. So Swetaketu went 12 years to Gurukula, observed Brahmacharya, studied Vedas and returned. Why father did not teach him? Because Acharya says he had to go out. Therefore, he sent his son to Gurukula for learning. Then there he spent 12 years. At the age of 24, he returned. Sarvan Vedan Adhitya. He studied all Vedas completely, Vyakarana, Ityadi, everything. He returned. How did he return? 3 qualifications he got. One is Mahamana, meaning serious and considers himself, nobody else is equal to him. Himself is above everybody. Anuchanamani, well studied, I have studied well, arrogance. And Stabdaha, Apranata Swabhavaha, stubborn. Became stubborn, Stabdaha, arrogant. Stabda means arrogant. Apranata Swabhavaha. So, with these 3 qualifications, he returned, which is not good for a student. So now the teacher asked him, what did the teacher father, what did ask him? Tamha pito vacha Svetaketo yennu somya idam mahamana anuchana mani stabdosi utatam adeshama prakshyah. So the teacher said that, my dear Somya, what is that? You have become arrogant, serious, stabdosi, anuchana, and arrogant and became serious also with great pride. So I am asking you, have you learned that instruction? Did you learn that instruction from your teacher? Because the Guru says, what is that? Svetaketo ennu somya mahamana anuchamani sabdosi. You became mahamana, became serious. Ever since you returned from Gurukula, I have been observing, you are very serious, meaning with pride, puffed up with pride. Anuchanamani, you feel that you have studied everything, that arrogance is seen. Stabdosi, apranata swabhavaha, no humility. So, all these qualities are seen in you. What is that? Utatam adesham aprakshyah, meaning, have you got that instruction from your teacher? Which instruction is second, that is said in other mantra. Now, that is what? Have you asked, have you gained Brahma Vidya? Have you got that Paravidya? Have you asked your teacher for that special instruction? Did your teacher taught you that instruction? Are you instructed in that Vidya? What is that Vidya? He explains now. Yena asrutam strutam bhavati. That by which the asrutam becomes shrutam. Unheard becomes heard. Unheard becomes heard. Asrutam shrutam bhavati. That because of which unheard becomes heard. Now this question is similar to Mundaka Upanishad. There also, Kasmin Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati iti. The student asked, what is that having known which everything else become known? Kasmin Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati. What is that having known which everything else becomes known? Similarly, the same question is, that by which unheard becomes heard, ashrutam shrutam bhavati. Second is amatam matam bhavati. Unthought of becomes well thought of. Unthought, which you cannot thought, grasp, that becomes thought of. And avijñatam vijñatam bhavati. Avijñatam, that which is unknown, becomes known. So, were you instructed in that Vidya? This is the father's question. Uta tam adesham prakshya. So did you get that adesh instruction? Tam adesham aprakshya uta. Did you gain that instruction? By which ena ashrutam shrutam bhavati, amatam amatam bhavati, avijñatam vijñatam bhavati. He asked. Now immediately Shvetaketu says, it looks absurd. How can you know, by knowing one thing, everything else can be known? You know something and everything else becomes known. Katam nu bhagavaha. How is it that possible? I never heard. Like by studying physics, you get only physics, not chemistry. By studying chemistry, you get chemistry. But you are asking, by knowing something else, everything else will be known. No university taught me, nobody taught me that there is some vidya like this. If you know that, everything else become known. I never heard this. So therefore it is illogical, according to me. He thinks, Shvetaketu, because arrogant, university student, M.Tech returned, that too from foreign university. So he thinks that I know everything. So he thinks it is illogical and father. So therefore, how can there be such a knowledge? At least one good thing is he addressed his father as Bhagavaha. With respect he addressed, Hey Bhagavan. Oh my, with respect and reverence he addressed. That means what? At least the moment did you get that instruction, have you been instructed in that by your teacher? Did you receive that instruction? Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati, amatam matam, avijñatam vijñatam iti. That question itself shook him off. That question shook him. Therefore, he was surprised. At the same time, what he had studied so far is unwilling to accept the proposal of such a vidya, possibility of such a vidya. At the same time, the question itself is so wonderful, so he was shocked. Therefore, he started respecting the father. Kasminnu bhagavaha. Attitude is good, not with father immediately became humble. Father must be knowing something. So, now therefore, Aruni, father is justifying the question. He says, my question is correct. You have heard it correctly. Don't think that I have made a question which is illogical. Because having known which, everything else become known. Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti Upanishad. Here that by which ashrutam shrutam bhavati, amatam matam, avijñātam vijñātam bhavati. Therefore, Aruni explains the possibility of such a vidya, such a knowledge, where you know one thing, everything else can be known. Now people here ask that, okay, a realized man, can he know physics, can he know chemistry? Vivekananda Swami answered, a realized man need not know all the knowledges in the world, but he has learned the source of it, and if that realized master, Jivan Mukta Purusha, one who attained that supreme state of consciousness, wants to know, in a moment's time he can gain it. Everything happens through sankalpa. You need not know everything. Like for example, you may be the PhD at home, but the subjects studied by your son in all subjects, the lessons studied by your son, you may not know. What example is given, what equations are given. You may be PhD unless you go through it. But once you go through, you will understand, oh, this is what is being taught. So once he can read and can teach mathematics also, because he is a PhD in science, that too you have to teach only second class, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, suppose. So the moment you open the page, you will know what he is talking about. How the lesson is being taught with the logic, with the sequence, with the reasoning. Everything else is known. But same Vidya, to understand for the child, it becomes a 1-year course. About 10-15 lessons in each subject, for example, 10-12 lessons or 12 lessons or 15 lessons. The father can read all books in 2 days and throw them off. So, essence if you know, you need not know everything, because everything is out of that essence only. Once you tasted milk sweet, sweet made up of milk, then you did not taste varieties of milk sweets. So therefore, kasmin bhagavo vijñāte, first of all we must accept it that there is such vidya by knowing which everything else can be known. What is that? The possibility is being explained through logic, through understanding, by the teacher to the son, by giving us 3 worldly examples. The 3 worldly examples are important. What are they? In 4th, 5th and 6th mantras we will study. Yatha saumya ekena mrutpindena sarvam mrunmayam vijñātam syāt vācārambhanam vikāro nāmadheyam mrutiketyeva satyam yatha saumya ekena lohamanina sarvam lohamayam vijñātam syāt vācārambhanam vikāro nāmadheyam lohamityeva satyam yatha saumya ekena nakakruntanena sarvam karšnāya samvijñātam syāt vācārambhanam vikāro nāmadheyam krishnāya samityeva satyam evam saumya sa ādesho bhavatiti. So, this is a famous mantras oft quoted by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. What is that it speaks about? It speaks about that by knowing one thing, eka vijñānena sarva vijñānam bhavati. That is the principle. By knowing one, you can know everything else. So example is given. What is that? That answer is by knowing the cause. Now when we are listening, please listen again. Don't think that we know everything. Because there is a big problem with our understanding. By knowing the cause, all effects are as good as known only. Now here, there are two karanams are there. One is upadana karanam, other is efficient cause, nimitta karanam. Now which karanam is pointed out here in example, upadana karanam. Upadana karanam, here karanam means upadana karanam, means material cause. So, every karyam has got two causes. One is nimitta karanam, other is upadana karanam. In the examples we are talking about, upadana karanam is talked about, not the nimitta karanam. That we will see later on. So, therefore, upadana karanam alone appears as different effects. The material cause alone appears as the different products of that cause. So when we analyze all these things, we will see in the substance, in the name and form, the substance is same. Whether you say various products of mud, yathamrut pindena, lump of clay you take and pot etc., various pots are made, cup and saucer etc. Here, the substance in the cup, the substance, the vastu in the plate, substance in every pot is same. We should go into contemplation actually. In the substance, there is no difference. Therefore, differences are only in the name and form. Now, no cup will come and tell you, I am the cup. No saucer will come and tell us, I am the saucer. No pot will come and tell us, I am the pot. And the substance behind all these effects are mud only. Oh. Then where is name and form? Name and form might be there. But where it is existing, therefore it is said, Karanam, number one, there are three cause and effect laws are there. Laws of cause and effect. Number one, for every effect there is a cause. Number two, cause is one, effects are plural. Number three, from the effect, if the cause is removed, nothing remains. So therefore, if you understand this, from the karyam, if the karanam is removed, nothing remains. There is no rupa, there is no nama there. So here, by knowing the mud as the cause of all the products of mud, it is as good as knowing all the products of the mud. Clay. By knowing gold as the cause of all ornaments, it is as good as saying you have known all the ornaments. But knowing here the gold as the cause of all ornaments, you will not have the knowledge of pots. If you want gold ornaments, gold is the cause. Therefore, if you ask, so how many causes are there? Well, for every vastu there is a one cause. The rishis have contemplated that independent causes are different in the material world, in the Jagat, transaction world. There must be one cause from which everything must have emerged. Now, here the difficulty is, I can understand from the mud pots have emerged, mud products are emerged, like saucer, cup, etc. Gold is a cause, gold ornaments have come about from the gold, that is understood. Okay. Because gold is jada, padarthas, products are jada, from insentient came, understood. But now in the Srishti, all opposites are existing. Both Jada and Chetanatmakam Sarvam Srishti. Chetana Srishti, Jada Srishti. Both are created. If Chaitanya is a cause, from Chetana, how come Jada can come out? If Jada is a cause, from Jada, how come Chetana can come out? Scientists say that some of them, consciousness product of the matter. So when you say Srishti, there should be one fundamental cause. But that cause, the nature of that cause, we are unable to understand because unimaginable varieties have come about from that, which are quite opposite in their nature in the creation. But this question is not illogical. This is what our great rishis have said, that there must be a fundamental cause from which everything has emerged. That is what we will see in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Srishti Prakaranam. So therefore, other causes are there, such as mud is a cause for all mud products, gold is a cause for all gold ornaments, etc., etc., etc. And nail scissor, nakhakruntanam means nail cutter. Nakha means nail. So, nakhakruntanam is made up of iron. If you understand nail cutter with which it is made, you will know all the other products. Iron you will come to know. Iron if you know the nail cutter made up of iron, all the other products made up of iron is known. If you know lump of clay as made up out of mud, then you will know all the mud products. If you know one instrument is made up of gold, that means all other instruments, ornaments are also made up of gold, you will know. So therefore here question is, there must be a karanam for everything, but they are all called apekshika karanam, relative causes in the relative world, not moola karanam. Gold is not the moola karanam, but it is apekshika karanam. Apekshikam, relative. Gold is a relative cause. So within the nature, within the creation, you will find so many apekshika karanas. Gold is not iron, iron is not mud, but mud also is a apekshika karanam, relative cause. Gold also is apekshika karanam for all the products of gold. But we are not talking about apekshika karanam, but we have wanted to talk about fundamental cause, the moola karanam. So what is the moola karanam of this srishti? So that is referred here. So therefore, what teacher want to make student understand is that there is one cause from which all varieties have emerged. Okay. Now, where is name and form is given. As I said, the saucer is called saucer, not by the mud. Mud in a particular shape is called as a pot, not by the mud. So where is this vikara? Vikara is modification. You say there is a modification of mud into the pot, maybe. But that modification is creating an illusion as though it is a separate substance. Illusion that mud is different from the pot, pot is different from the saucer. So that illusion is created. So what we are missing the point is, substance is same, names and forms are different, but we are caught up in the name and form, forgetting the substance. Is there any addition to the mud? When mud is in the form of a pot, name and shape, can you call the pot is a separate substance? No. Why? Nothing extra added in the pot apart from the mud. But we, in our ignorance, we give that pot a separate existence. Got understood point? Because we forget the substance. The question is, Vacharambhanam vikaro nam. This vikara is existing only on our tongue. Because who claims a pot as a pot? We. If you ask the mud, how many pots are in you? Mud says, what is pot? I don't know what pot is. That's why you ask Brahman. It is said in Brahma, if you ask the unconditional Brahman, he doesn't know that there is something happening in him. Because nothing happening in him. You ask the ocean, ocean says, I am ocean. I don't know what you are talking about, waves and foam and leather and etc. They don't exist in me. See. Therefore, all this is vikara modification is only in the name. So we start separateness by giving a name to every substance, same substance. We start giving the names. Therefore, vacharambhanam, vak arambhanam, eva vikaraha, namarupena. Murtiketyeva satyam. Because mud plus another substance is equal to pot. No, mud only is a pot. So, what is effect then? Effect is nothing but cause alone in another form. To that form, we give name and form. Name and form we say, and that name is given to that form. So, all names are mithya. Because all the names are effects of the same cause. So what is this? Moola Karanam is there. So Moola Karanam we have to find out. So in 3 examples, teacher is trying to make us understand. So what is samsara? Samsara is forgetting the substance and getting caught up in the name and form is samsara. And forget the name and form, be aware and conscious of substance, you are liberated. Because where is samsara? In duality. So, Mahatmas always say that Atmopamyan Sar Bhagavad Gita, see yourself as Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhut Vijanatah Tatra Ko Moha Kashoka Ekatva Manupashyatah. We studied this in Ishavasya Upanishad. Ko Moha Kashoka Ekatva Manupashyatah. Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atma Eva Abhut Vijanatah. So there is no comparison, there is no moha, there is nothing. One mountain need not be jealous of other higher mountain. Why? You are also mud, I am also mud, I am one expression, you are one expression of the same earth. Material is same. There is no difference in material. So this knowledge, when we constantly remember the substance, padartha, vastu, if we constantly remember that vastu is ekam, ekam vastu, ekameva advitiyam brahma. That vastu is called Brahma. So that is Moola Karanam. That will be shown. But these 3 examples, one is lump of gold, if you know, you will know all the products of clay. Lump of clay, if you know, you will know all the products of clay. Lump of gold, you know, you know that it is gold. That means all ornaments made up of gold you will come to know. You know the Nakakruntanam is made up of iron, then you will know all the products made up out of Krishnayasam, that is iron. With these 3 examples, And Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyam. Mrityiketyeva Satyam in first example. Mritika eva is Satyam. And second example is Lohamityeva Satyam. Third example is Karshnaya Samam eva iti eva Satyam. Krishnaya Sam iti eva Satyam. So, there is a possibility of knowing the cause. If you know that by which, because of which everything is born or existing, that cause which is appearing as all this. But when we are unable to appreciate, because in this world there is so much of variety. Opposites also are created by the same cause. But in Vyavahara Apekshika Karanam, in relative causes, we don't find gold creating a mud, mud creating a gold. But here, the one consciousness alone, different varieties, quite opposites also emerged. That means the Moola Karanam must be something powerful Karanam. What is the nature of that Moola Karanam? And that Moola Karanam is you. That will come later on. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. That will come later on. So now, knowledge of the cause makes you understand all the effects. Sa adeshaha bhavati iti. There is certainly an instruction, a vidya, this kind of vidya. That is instruction. What is instruction? Karana jnanena karya jnanam bhavati. And karanam is one. So when this is said, immediately Shvetaketu understood that Father is talking something deeper, something nobler, something higher. So now immediately, like a huge big balloon of Noida size can be burst with a pinprick. You don't have to worry, no? With one pinprick, the entire balloon gets burst. Similarly, he was pricked. This is the instruction I am talking about. Have you been instructed? Have you been taught this vidya? You went to Gurukula, 12 years you spent. Did your teachers teach this to you? Shvetaketu put a funny face before Father. What not I studied. Everything has gone waste, it seems. Father bowled a googly. Immediately he says, Navainonam bhagavantaha tayetad avedishuhu yadihi etad vidvedishyan. I am splitting and chanting. So you have to श्लोक ही है, मंत्र 7, मंत्र 7, 4, 5, 6 हो गया है. 7th one, mantra 7th one. Navainonam bhagavantah tayetadavedishuhu yadhi etadvedishyan कथम में नावक्ष्यन् इति भगवान् स्त्वेव मे तद्ब्रवीतु इति तथा सौम्येति होवाच न वै नूनं भगवन्तः त एतदवेदिषुः यदि एतद्वेदिष्यन् कथं मे नावक्ष्यन् इति भगवान्स्त्वेव मे तद्ब्रवीतु इति तथा सौम्येति होवाच इति प्रथमखण्डः. This is the first section of 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Now, he said, Navai Nonam Bhagavanta. He says, student immediately wants to escape, actually speaking. Every student says same thing, no? Did you learn that? My teacher did not taught me. Immediate answer, my teacher didn't tell me. Bach gaya. He said same thing. Navai Nonam Bhagavantaha. I don't think my teachers knew about this wisdom what you are talking about. I don't think. The etad avedishuhu. Navai Nonam Bhagavantaha. Oh my sir, we don't know that. They don't know, my teachers don't know. Yadhi etad vedishyan katham me navakshan iti. He said. Actually, if you learnt something from teacher and father asked, did you learn that also? The honest reply would be, I have not learnt. How can you blame teacher that he doesn't know? Teacher has not taught you, okay. But that should not lead you to an assumption that teacher don't know. Think. He is making that charge on teachers. Surely they must not be knowing this. He says, had they known, yadhi etad vedishyan, if teacher knows, he would have taught me. Katham me navakshan. Why did they need not teach me? If the teacher knows, why they did not teach me this vidya, what you are talking about? Therefore, definitely teachers don't know. Very beautiful conclusion. Had they known, he would have taught me. So, oh father, since I don't know, katham navakshan iti, Bhagavan svave me tadbharvitu iti. He said, oh father, because they don't know, they didn't teach me, you yourself teach me that particular vidya. No, tvaveva, you alone please teach me. Bhagavan tvaveva me tadbharvitu iti. You only teach me. So that Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yad jnatva neha bhuyonyad jnatavyam avasishyate. Having known which, there remains nothing else to be known. See? So that means this bit, yad jnatva bhuyah anyat jnatavyam avasishyate, is taken from Mundaka Upanishad and Chandogya Upanishad. Having known which, this knowledge, there remains nothing else to be known. So here, teacher said, okay, tata somyeti. Okay, Somya, my dear student, my dear son, my dear student within bracket son, because student is first primary there now, son is secondary. So you, instead of saying student comes son, I have put it like that. The student is important. So therefore, he says that I will teach you. Somyeti. Tatha iti tatha somyeti hovacha. With this, you have completed the first section of Upanishad. Here we will conclude. Tomorrow that Vidya begins. So, 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, in particular, it is called as Sadvidya. Because Sadeva Somyamagra Idamagra Asit. The mantra begins in second. A lot of discussions are there in this. We will see. Tomorrow we will start this mantra and analyze it. So the first section, teacher showed the sample of that Vidya. That there is something Moola Karanam. If we know, everything else become known. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Arihi Om Sadgurunad Maharaj Ki Jai.